Previously on the North Gort Boomers.
Right, Featherheads, I'm full, fit and mad for it, and you're all gonna get it again. So the Boomers were still in that feather, right? And they brought Queen Bella Santalia back to Castletown. They needed something to create a distraction, so they decided that the Queen should just, well, die. But Blix worked out that she just had everyone off using a mathematical trick before the Kasha Demon took her away. Oedipus jumps in and says Smoke is the new queen. And fuck me, it actually worked. So that feather completed it, mate. So next thing, the Boomers are back in the bodies in that shithole of a shithouse in Wumpies. Best bit, they've got some wacky VURT plants in the pockets. Shit bit, the dibble's there. So first off, 2 pairs of peelers ran straight into Chester and just ran straight out of there. Something going on there. But then one of them called back up on his way out, so the Boomers had to scatter. They got out of there by the skin on your nutsack and bombed on all the way to the edge of Bottletown. There they bumped into a load more Boomers who were waiting to tell them that Brent Rambo, top dog Boomer leader, has gone into Bottletown to find them. So they could have just took over and started running the show. But no, they've gone right back in there in the fucking monster truck. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that bit. They've rented a fucking monster truck. And when they do find Brent, he's only gone and fucking carked it. Well, I say he's carked it. Blix reckons he's just pulled a Queen Bella and faked it. But before they can do anything with that, bare cops fly in and arrest them for the murder of Brent. So now all their arses are going 5p, 50p. So anyway, that's me done. You're all up to date. I've got a jet because your mams are all wet. Paint 3 stripes.
Hello, world. All right.
Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Welcome back to the VURT tabletop role-playing game Boomers session here. This is the North Gort Boomers in an absolutely interesting position they found themselves in. So I will quickly jump right into it as far as where you guys are at. When we, as you can hear from the original video there, the Boomers have been rounded up by the MPD, but not only the Manchester Police Department General Force, but specifically Captain Simon Adisu's private Shadow Cop brigade. So he has his own, it's like the corporate equivalent of the Royal Guard. So these are the specific shadow boxes. So the hands had to come up with the amount of the entire, descending Adisu's Captain Adisu's force. Hands had to come up. There was absolutely 0% chance of getting out of there alive. So very quickly, the Boomers were thrown into the back of a paddy wagon. And these are the big tank, almost like a tanker truck style. And the minute you hit the floor in there and skidded across, the gas came in, and you guys are in Sleepy Town until then. So there now, as the haze, not the actual haze, but the haze of coming out of maybe vert lag, some kind of feather lag, each of you guys comes to, and you find that you guys are in a prison cell. That there are 4 of you in the prison cell. The 4 of you. Your blurb fly is not with you. Your blurb flies, I should say. Spaz, yeah, Spaz and the rest of them are not. Also, you have, as you come to and kind of feel around, you realize that you do not have your trackies. Someone has taken your, yes. This is
okay.
Should hurt. Exactly.
Now that's the point where we're like, things are.
Really everybody, good. Everybody, and the good stuff is, what's happening is, you guys are coming to with black and white stripes across. Again, horizontal versus vertical. This is bothering you in all different kinds of ways, especially the Math Magician. This is This is just totally wrong.
Oh, these don't even point the right direction. They're probably not even parallel.
It's off just a bit.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And again, almost like old
There's
cartoony.
way more than 3 stripes here.
Yes. Everybody has a little patch here at the top that says Manchester Police Department, and at the top, property of Manchester Police Department. Now, technically, that is what happens when citizens of the Manx get caught and thrown into Strangeways, Manchester's worst prison. You're now property of the Manchester Police Department. Your bodies are property, and that is exactly what you guys have. Also, the hidden weapon that one of you guys perhaps may have had ready to go, you realize is not functional. So something is happening. Either you feel maybe a buzz or a hum, but no one can really figure out. So you're coming to, all 4 of you in the same room.
Did they steal Oedipus's fingers?
They simply don't work. They don't pew pew anymore.
Oh, is Oedipus just in the corner just going pew pew pew? Like nothing
Poor guy.
happening?
Oh, that's so sad. So yes, you guys are 4. I should also mention this room has no windows and no doors. It's true.
Wait, no windows and no doors?
No windows and no doors. This is
But
a box.
walls and floor and ceiling.
Correct. This is you're inside a cube. Somehow there's breathable air as you guys are coming to. That's about all you can notice. It's a little colder than each of you perhaps would like, but it's not the end of the world. You can see your breath, and it's just the smell is kind of acrid. It smells like old, maybe like smells like an old bar. That kind of sour.
Better than
yucky
Rumpies.
smell. Not quite that bad. Oh gosh, nowhere near as bad as where you were last time. But and that's where you guys are. All 4 of you guys coming to. And no doors and no windows.
I think so. Wait, what? I assume I know quite a bit about Strangeways.
Yes, I assume you do. So yes, without even having to roll, here's what you know right away. Of course, Strangeways, of course, is Manchester's worst prison. It's actually certain parts of it. There's different corridors and everything, but what everybody's supposed to take is the official blue. It's an official blue feather. It's laced with silver and actually bits of yellow to keep you there. And it's something that they force feed you after they put the gas in the paddy wagon. So everybody goes in. Now,
Wait. So we're in a VURT world?
here's the difference. No, you're not. You should be. You should be. This is, you guys are coming to, but you're coming to. Actually, can I get rolls from everybody either having to do with real world knowledge or VURT world knowledge also works? You'll see why.
What about nothing? How about nothing?
I mean, if
Even
it's
better. Or
if it's,
intellect.
if it's VURT world, Chester's not even going to try.
You don't even have to. You have your just to try and either an intellect roll or anything that would either bureaucratic, something that might work into figuring out its surroundings, because this is known.
All right.
So I've got 3 different skills, and it's a question of which one applies.
Okay.
Probably, because I've got Vertology, which is chemistry of Verts, Vert history, and then a specialization in Vert feathers.
Do the specialization. It counts.
Okay.
I have knowledge of vert feathers, so that's one step easier for me.
Great.
And I rolled a 1, so I probably
Good.
think I'm the defender right
I'm gonna resolve yours last.
Okay.
Yay!
now.
I don't really have any assets other than I'd like my general asset of my history. I got a 12.
I got a
Great.
5.
Okay. Anything over a 9 counts. If you've dropped down to 1, it was a 12. So it was difficult to begin with, but whatever. So did everybody beat a, except for good old Oedipus Rex there, did everybody beat a 12 or a?
I think Chester's the only one who beat a 12.
Yeah, Chester's the only one.
Okay, so Shar, what did you roll?
A 5.
Ooh, okay. Mike, what did you roll?
An 8.
Okay. So no one. Okay. Now the one. Okay, Oedipus. Here's what you know. Deep down in your beating, mixed mode heart here. This is a feather. You're in a feather, man. This is all a feather, and you know because of you remember that game cat about the strange ways thing. You remember the description perfectly, or so you think. You're in a feather, man.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, the guns aren't working. How would the guns not be working? Because we're in a feather. So
Right.
none of it's real.
Mhm.
So would I think of this as a black feather or a blue feather?
You could think you probably think of it as the blue feather with the silver and the yellow, the basic one, but you guys just aren't picking up on it, but you figured it out, kind of thing.
I mean, I'm super smart, so obviously.
Also now, Smoke's addiction or addictive personality. You're going to be rolling right now because you all of a sudden in your veins realize it's been more than 24 hours that you've been out because you are hurting. You need some type
Oh
of
God.
substance, something, anything at all to just
I'm sober.
keep
I
that
can't
up.
take this. Yeah.
This is the worst.
This is the VURT. Yes.
I
So
got a 20.
excellent. Really excellent. Okay. So let's say a major effect is
I start licking the walls. This is a feather, right?
yeah. Actually, let's say yes, you lick the walls, and it's not a feather, but at the same time, it calms you because maybe that works for you. But you also realize the information that this is not a feather. This is the real world. And maybe what you're licking off the walls might be traces of other people who've been thrown in here that
Oh yeah,
pounded against it.
they had some on their hands and they
Maybe.
were like, it's like somebody's blood. And
It's
it just had
yucky.
traces. It's like gross and yucky, but it's
Mhm.
still got some like boomer in it.
And you've got your mist or your smoke kind of out, or just around you. Even that's kind of able to pick up on it. So while you're not
That is physically revolting.
truly licking the wall,
Shut up.
yes, yes, and you also are absolutely sure as Oedipus is, that that this is the real world. So that's a certainty for you. How the other two, react to differing sureties, I guess, or certainties, is up to you guys.
What's actually in the room?
I should say it's about 20 feet by 20 feet. It's a cube. It's yucky walls, a concrete floor, the ceiling which matches the walls. It's just almost like drywall or something. There's no visible cracks or door or angles or anything like that. You could look around, but
Is there any
So
furniture?
there's enough space in the room for me to
No.
move well away from where Shadow is at, or where Smoke
20
is at.
feet isn't that big.
Before she starts being like, I'm going to tear off bits of live drug out of Blix's ribcage.
Like, just to be clear, like 20 feet is not
Yeah.
very. Like, there's not a lot of room.
yeah,
Like
you can-
it's like
you can-
2 jacks.
you certainly can back up to the wall and have at least 2 other people between you and her at this point. Sorry, what did you say, Rob?
20 feet is 2 jacks, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now, at this point, it feels like the ceiling is slowly getting shorter, slowly coming down. There's no visible cracks in the sides, but you can see, actually, you can tell that it is slowly coming down. When I say slow, let's say an inch every minute. So, and it's 10 feet tall. So,
But I would Chester would know what's going on here. Like,
you would know that this, while you haven't heard of this particular room, that that this is from not only your training of what you've been told not to ask about as a Manchester police officer, undercover, but that this is this is a separate program that has no name, specifically has no name, and this is it's rumored, but now you can feel it. It's the captain's private. There's separate rooms off in a separate wing. These are the off the books kind of, how should I say it? What do you call it? Enhanced interrogation, without making any disrespect to it, but truly, like, this is the area of that's off the books. Think Blackwater style. This is even off Manchester PD's overall view.
guys,
So must be one of theirs.
settle in. We're boned.
No, we should be fine if we can find a hidden switch to unlock the room.
Yeah, good. You start searching for that, Eddie.
This is totally a feather.
No,
Just start touching the walls. Just like
Oh my God.
over. Of course,
blood is real.
Chester's the tallest, so Chester can reach the ceiling. I mean, it's coming down, so that's going to help us out. There might be buttons on the ceilings. Let's start looking, guys. Come on.
Just to remind everyone that Chester's incredibly claustrophobic, so this is going to get bad quick.
Beautiful.
Well,
Yes,
then you better
excellent.
get cracking.
Oh,
Like
and you have an absolute bum knee, or is it bum leg?
I have a torn ligament.
Yes.
So I have a bum leg or a bum,
ACL.
wherever the ligament is.
Yeah.
Depends on what it's attached to.
The Achilles heel. Let's say that's definitely fitting. That's right. So yeah, you're already in a permanently worse spot.
I'm gonna use muscles of iron and start like pounding on the walls.
Okay. And that's remind me again. That's just
It's
active.
It's a 2 might 10-minute asset to might actions.
Okay.
Helps him break
Correct.
stuff.
Terrific. And just as a quick recap, everybody here has, as you guys have come to, you've been more than 24 hours. Someone has taken care of wounds and things like that. Mechanically speaking, all stat pools are up. And so while you guys feel hale, you certainly are in a quickly, worsening position. We're about 2 inches down now.
Can you, what we know? Sorry, go ahead. What we know about strange ways, can prisoners die in a feather here?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah, because
So
there's just enough traces of yellow that it's possible.
Otherwise, I was going to be pretty laissez-faire about it. But okay, now I really start looking for buttons.
Yes, because even if you are in a feather, at least as far as you're concerned, you're still in lethal danger.
Yeah, there has to be a way out.
Now we're down 3 inches down now.
So I think Blix is going to try to spin up one of his simulations.
We know you're not going to kill us, so just hurry up and ask us the questions. God damn it.
Yep. Pounding is not working. These walls are absolutely reinforced, beyond reinforced. In fact, you don't even hear like an echo sound. Like, it is solid steel. You don't know how thick as the walls pounding. So
I found on the ceiling as it gets closer too.
Wait.
So what, Alex, what is the captain's name? Specifically, what is his first name?
Simon.
Simon? God damn it.
Yeah. At this point, you say that, you actually hear crackling of a loudspeaker, and all you hear is shh. And now it's coming down at 2 inches per second. And even worse for the mathematician, slightly off.
Oh God!
No,
But still coming
That's on
down straight.
purpose.
But still coming down straight.
Hey, Blix, you remember how we ended the last feather we were in? We had, can we do that? I mean, I'm gonna step up to him and whisper in his ear. Can we do the dead thing, the Bella thing? Can we, like, as it gets close, can we pretend to be dead? Huh?
I don't know if I'm allowed to make other people fake dead, or if it's just I can pretend to be dead.
Unfortunately, only you were able to grasp that mathematically.
Yeah.
You can't. It's not really a recipe to give out, unfortunately.
Okay. What if you fake a heart attack?
Yes, if I fake the heart attack.
You'd be like,
It's not going to be a real one.
My heart.
Everybody roll, and all of a sudden, if anybody gets a 1, you get a heart attack. No, I'm kidding. Don't do that. No.
I'll still roll for that, yeah.
Yeah, sure. Now, let's say at this point here, the loudspeaker goes on again, and you can hear.
For God's sake! I know you're not going to let this wall drop. Stop this bullshit and let us the goddamn out of here.
Those of you who, there's 2 of you, if I'm not mistaken, who have not yet figured out that your longtime compadre here is undercover MPD. Am I correct in that?
We thought he was.
There's a couple of us who don't have specific answers on that, but yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say that at this point,
you're on a first name basis with the captain of the MPD.
Yes. All of these clues that have been maybe eluding you up to this point, it snaps in. So now,
Simon, I swear to God, I'm gonna punch you in the face. Stop this goddamn ceiling.
Now we're at 3 inches. It's down. It's going 3 inches per second. 3 inches per second. At this point, Chester, you're having to start to bend over a little bit.
No, I'm getting Chester getting increasingly claustrophobic, and he's not like bending. He's just. This might hurt him. He's gonna start punching the top of that ceiling as hard as he can. He's just raging. Like his
beautiful.
Chester's anxiety is getting the best of him.
So
good.
Blix is going
roll for it because I want to see if you got a 1 or a 20 or a 19.
15.
Okay, you pass. Okay,
Chester.
Yeah.
Chester, go like this. Do it. Trust me. I stasis.
Okay. Well done. You take the guy out of the stasis, but you can't take the stasis out of the guy. There's some crappy saying there, but yes, you feel that it hits this top of the stasis at the exact moment. You're right there, and Chester, you're now holding it up, but you're stuck, so you're unable to. You wish you could say something. You wish, but you're absolutely as if frozen. But you're still aware, so you know at least that you're holding it. You can see everything. You're aware. You just can't. So, okay, that so far. Now the speaker goes on again. You hear a like this, and finally you hear, cut that out. And the ceiling goes and goes right up to the top again, locks in, and next to you guys, the wall that was a wall now shimmers and is no longer a wall. I need the mathemagician to roll for me, please. Intellect or anything mathemagical related, something about the beauty of numbers.
Oh, let's see. I've got mathematical history.
Beautiful. Whatever's the highest one to apply that has to do with mathemagic.
Okay. And can I spend effort?
Please.
Then I'll spend my full 3 possible effort on that.
Nice.
Which comes down 3, 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Standard. Hit that 6 or above. Wow, you knocked that one way down. Good.
17.
Okay. This is mathemagical. This is something you haven't seen before. This is now also something that is not going to leave your head. How the hell did someone create this? This is a wall that was a solid wall. You were looking everywhere. This was solid. This was not an illusion thing. Someone just took 3.5 feet of solid steel and moved it apart
and made it go away. Yeah.
And made it go away. Now
this
all
is
it shows you is a long hallway, maybe 100 feet down. You can see that there's flickering fluorescence, paneled ceilings, shitty walls with fires, fire escape plan things. You're in the back office area to get in there. There's no one in the hallway, and it goes down for at least, as you could say, like 100 feet.
Okay. There's no like other little doors. It says you said there were little fire, in case of emergency, go this way.
Yes,
things.
exactly.
Are there any like actual fire alarms?
No, unfortunately not at least at this particular point. But again, the fire escape just points you farther down the damn
it's
tunnel.
Just like, there's one hallway. You're here. Go that direction.
Tunnel of fluorescent lights. And as you guys are, in there, you smell the horrible smell of like bureaucracy. I mean, it smells like a cubicle. This is awful.
The stench of the civil serpents.
Yes, absolutely.
I'm impressed that they were able to cover this kind of an accuracy in a feather.
It's not a feather.
Prove it. I mean, you just saw a wall like open up. That's totally
things are actually pointing to his answer being right lately.
I'm fucking right.
I scratched the wall hard enough that the tips of my fingers bleed, and I leave 3 stripes on the wall.
So fucking rock star. Absolutely.
For the next person.
I mean, yes. So you knock it. So someone's gonna have to clean that up. I'm just letting you know. Some poor underpaid, bureaucrat from the MPD is gonna be wiping that off. But pretty legit. At the end, very, very end of the hallway, you can actually see, without even walking too far, what looks like a door. So if you keep walking that direction, there will be a door at the end of your 100 feet or so.
I'm still in stasis, I imagine.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, for like a minute.
Gonna roll him like a hamster.
Right, that I suppose.
How about we leave him like this for a couple of minutes and enjoy the silence?
That's you can see him like mid bark, like ready to just bark, and you're like, no.
I'm not getting into a car. Oh, my leg feels so bad.
Just gonna everybody's poking fun.
Out the door.
All the people finally.
What's that, Chester? What you lied to us about not being a cop anymore? Huh? Is that what I'm hearing?
Easy to say when he's in stasis.
Yeah.
Yes. So
everybody's real brave when they got a stasis around them.
Yep. The speaker now crackles on again, and it says, "Proceed towards the exit. Proceed towards the exit."
I like exits.
Mm-hmm.
They get me out of places.
Mm-hmm. I should mention, besides the fact that I'm sure you couldn't tell from the voices that I do, that particular accent coming through is American. It's
American.
It's a Yank. That horrible, that horrible
Yank here.
That horrible Yankee accent with the hard R's and all the rah 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 rah. That's what it is. So it's grating
hard
to your
R's and round vowels. Yeah.
Although the round vowels, they don't. Yeah. So everything's you're coming through, but that's odd. Now, Oedipus or Chester, Jack, let's have you roll. Anything having to do with history of Manchester PD, the same kind of thing as before, whatever.
I mean, I've got 11.
Intellect.
I'm going to assume, I work for the city. Yep. I'm well connected. I think well connected would be an asset.
Yep.
And hang on, what else do I got? Oh, he has all sorts of fun stuff.
Yeah.
Well, that's really gonna I'm also officious, so I can pose as, but I don't really think that's an asset. So we'll just say that works for the city and well connected.
Got it. Yep.
I got an 11.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it sounds good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, somebody at one point had actually, someone had spoken about, this, long ago. Your friend Vic Brutus there, your, fellow MPD, had mentioned something about some new Yank coming in or having something to do that someone had heard, but you can't place it. It's just, maybe this is this Yankee voice that you're hearing right now, but it's not connecting, unfortunately. But something's eating at you.
I'm still in stasis though, or am I out yet?
No, you're as far for now. This is all coming in, but yeah, you're still.
Am I allowed to just break stasis and let him out? Because I know
absolutely.
I've had to ask about it before. So
yes.
Oh yeah. It's like now that everybody's had their chance to take their pot shots with no repercussions.
Yeah. Now everybody's
start to head out the door and release it. Yeah.
Everybody take a quick walk before you do that.
Everybody get your head start. Right. Okay.
Chester's gonna come down, just be like, be like, God damn son of a.
Yep. And the limp.
He's gonna start limping towards the exit and just he is avoiding I am avoiding eye contact with the rest of the boomers. To the point where his smoke effects are just he's basically covering his face as much as he can.
Excellent. Now, here's also what I should say what you know about Simon Adisu, the captain, this is not the captain. Simon Adisu, the current police chief of Manchester, he was just promoted after yet another MPD administration scandal sent an MPD chief packing. Simon Adisu has promised to restore order to the city through community policing and involvement in charitable organizations and programs. Most say this is just a load of pure dog shit, that he is unable to empathize with the people because Adisu is a native of Liverpool. He wasn't born in Manchester. Liverpool. So talk about an uphill battle.
That's even a place.
You'd have to go way. You're not far from Liverpool, but there's a reason there's a bit of limbo between Manchester and Liverpool. That accent's so horrible to your ears if you were to hear it. But yeah, even worse than the Yank accent you're hearing.
Probably a zombie hugger.
Probably. Yeah, let's see. No U types among you? Okay, good. All right. I'm guessing everybody's walking down to the end of the exit there?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you don't. Okay, so you get to the end.
I'm painting this whole hall since I've already got it going on.
Nice. It's splotchy because after a while, which makes it even worse. But that's pretty rock and roll. What you get to again is this exit door, just a regular door with a metal handle, and it opens wide, and you can actually see that there's another small room, really beautifully decorated here. It looks almost like a conference room. There's doors and exits going out from 3 of the main directions. So this is a place where a lot of different places converge. This is a hub as far as the architecture. So it's a conference room. There's glass sculptures and awards from these community policing programs. The Little Lebowskis. No, think of it as a wall full of things promoting these new programs of Adisu, these community things making him look like he's amazing. And you can actually see a big portrait of him, painted portrait of him over the table at a particular spot. And he's looking as stern as ever, but trying to make it look good.
So how many of us are fighting the urge to smash everything in this room right now?
The speaker goes on and goes, "Shh, don't even think about touching anything."
It does, as Blix is like a half a centimeter away from it.
Yep. And right before the speaker goes out, you hear "fucking Manx."
There are glass sculptures.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm smashing the fuck out of a glass sculpture right now.
I love it.
I'm gonna help. I mean, just the moment someone tells me I can't touch it, I need to touch it anyway.
No, I'm just like if there's one like I want Chester. I want a glass sculpture that's like top heavy. And I'm just gonna walk over it and I'm just gonna and like I'm gonna find the loudspeaker, oops, and just watch it topple.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah, there's no one stopping you guys right now. So anybody who wants to take a swing or start throwing stuff is, if you want, have at it. Who's throwing stuff? Everybody causing a Sex Pistols.
Cross her arms and lean against the wall. She's already touched stuff.
Yeah, true. Math magician here. What are you thinking, Blix?